All right, we are back with the Sayless Projects podcast, and I have the honor to have my friend and this year's team captain, Julian, with us. Julian, welcome to the podcast.
How's it going? How's it going?
It's going good, man. We're getting close. We're about, what, 4.5 weeks out?
Yeah, just about.
I'm excited, man. Well, let's start. Let's get right into it. If you can, introduce yourself, where you're from, maybe just kind of share how you got into running and let the people know kind of what's your background.
Cool. Hey, everybody. I'm Julian. I'm one of the co-captains for this year's relay run down to Austin. I'm originally born and raised in Dallas. I grew up in a military family. So after Dallas, I lived in Hawaii, Louisiana, and Maryland. But I didn't find running until about a year ago, while I was in my junior year of college. I just found like the gym was really not it for me no more. And then I just tried out running and have fallen in love with it ever since.
Awesome. What do you think is like what's a big difference between working out like or when you say working out like just lifting weights and stuff?
Yeah.
So what do you feel like running does more for you than working out in the gym?
I would say like working out in the gym, it's the same thing, just a different day. Whereas like with running, like it's always different. Like you're never gonna feel the same the next um previously. And like you can go where you can run anywhere. So the view is always different, which is really refreshing.
Yeah, that's a good point. So talking about running, so obviously you haven't been running for a long time, which is still mind-boggling to me to see the progress that you've had in such a short period of time. What would you say is one of your most memorable runs in this last year that you've experienced?
Uh, for sure, it has to be, and it probably will never be topped. Was when my first half marathon that I signed up for got canceled due to weather, and uh, we just did it at OCRC Sunday Long Run, and just having you guys just pace me and get me ready, or keep me in track on track to hit the times I wanted to was like unbelievable. And I was freshly new to the running community, so to be able to see that, I was just like, wow, like it doesn't get better than this, you know? So,
Yeah. And I love that with that experience for context for people, like you said, so your race got canceled. And so obviously that was a bummer. But I love that we pivoted and we're like, okay, let's still have that distance is the distance, whether you do it at a race or not. And so I'm really glad that you went ahead and went through with it. And such is life, we have to pivot. So when we asked you to do Say Less projects this year, I know last year you were there when we took off and did it for the first time ever. What's the reason why you said less? Like, why did you say yes when we asked you if you do it this year?
uh, honestly, whenever just like seeing the build up to last year's relay, I was just like super excited, super stoked. And then just hearing your story and the reason behind Say Less, I was just inspired and I just knew that like I wanted to be a part of it. And once the opportunity came, like no was never going to be an answer. So yeah, and just seeing everybody's journey throughout the run and whatnot, that was just even more inspiring and made me realize that I do have a story too, just like everybody else. So I'd love to be a part of it.
That's great. And talk about your story when it comes to the connection between running and mental health. We all, like you said, we all have a story. And a big reason why we're doing Say Less projects is to help with suicide prevention efforts and also to champion mental health awareness. And I think that one of our privileges as we get to break the stigma. And a lot of it is just talking about it. And so, why don't you help us talk about why mental health is important to you and how running and doing this is kind of all tied together for you?
hmm So I would honestly say mental health is like a key aspect in life. Anything that you do, always has to do where your head is at. Like if your head is not there or your mental health isn't there, then like you're not going to want to do things. And then life is distorted and you view it as a different way. But in terms of running, I would say that it's really been able to be a big stress reliever, or when times get tough, it's been a mental release where I'm able to just let it out, you know? And it also is like kind of the cure to whenever things are seem like I'm struggling or whatnot, I can just go on a run, or just the sense of the running community helps me out even more because everyone who runs has a story. So just to be able to come together as one and run together, then it just makes the whole experience better.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're running your miles and people, whether it's the team that's there with you or even the people that get to see it through stories or afterwards, like what are some things you hope people get out of just your story and you doing this effort?
Um, I would say for sure the team that just how last year's team planted a seed in me and being and like brought awareness to my own life where like mental health really does matter. I hope that brings awareness to them where they're able to be self-aware of their environment, not only let for themselves, but also others, just to check in, you know, and then also like to just support in any way possible. Because a lot of people who struggle with their mental health feel like they're going through it alone, but everybody deals with mental health in some type of aspect. So being able to spread the word and spread awareness will show them that they're not alone in this struggle.
Yeah, that's good. And a lot of people are gonna, they'll look at you or someone on the team and they'll think, man, look at that person. They're doing this, they're championing this cause, and wow, I wish I could be like them. But I think sometimes it's good for us to peel back and kind of just show people like the human side of us. And in that note, what's has there been a time where you really felt like you were struggling mentally and maybe share what you feel comfortable with sharing about that? And how did you make your way out of it? Like, what are some things that you did to help you get clarity and get your mental health on track?
So for me, I would say my lowest of lows would have to be the passing of my sisters back in 2019. And just grieving that and just dealing with that, I would say it took years because like I tried different things to try to fill that void or like to just make me feel relief, but nothing would ever work. Like nothing was a proper fix, healthy fix. And it wasn't until I found running where like I was able to be more in control of thoughts, grieving, and all that stuff. And that's why, like, now running is just a part of who I am. It's part of my identity because it makes me feel good. And it also gives me that sense of control of things that were once out of my control, but I'm able to just like distort it and just keep it calm in a way.
Mm, I love that. For this year, for the run, what are some things you're looking forward to? Whether it's being on the road with the team, the challenges, the heat, like what are some things that you've thought about that you're excited to see happen out there?
Um, I'm excited to see um, the impact after. I can't wait to hear from other people and whatnot, just see other people step out and just voice their support and also hearing their testimonies, which means that we did our job in raising awareness. Of course, I'm super stoked about the relay to do that with the team. That'll be an amazing experience, and then also the the panel. Hopefully, a lot of people come out able to hear our stories and are able to be inspired by us.
Absolutely, man. Well, I just want to take a second to acknowledge you and just let you know that I'm proud of you. I'm really excited to watch you do this run. I'm excited to see you go with the team and the 11 others. And I think that it's going to be such a great impact to show people, whether they're younger, older, different ethnicities and backgrounds like this team represents. It's going to be cool for y'all to show people that we're all affected by mental health issues and y'all are doing something about it. And so I just want to give you a shout out and say thank you publicly for that. But yeah, man, well, I'm excited for you. Is there anything that you'd like to say as we close out? Anything that you would like that people, how can people support you and the team?
I'd first and foremost like to thank everybody who donated to my fundraising fund. It was crazy. Within the first 3 days, I completed the $1,000 goal, which is a blessing. Thank you all who donated to that. But there's 12 of us. So I'm checked off. So if you feel um, that you would love to still support my teammates, it'd be amazing and a blessing to them for them to check off that goal because there's many things that we want to do um, with this money that is fundraised for future purposes. So thank you again.
Awesome, man. Well, we'll see you on the road from Dallas to Austin. Take
Yes,
care,
sir.
man.
All right, see you, bro.